Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. We don't need a reason to make this podcast. How's it going over there? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? I've been busy doing stuff. I was like, I don't know why I should even make a podcast anymore. I have nothing to talk about. Nothing left to say. And then I was like, maybe I just need a break. I need to go formulate some ideas and to make up some shit in my head. I don't know. I made a bunch of music. So there's that. I did a whole bunch of musical things that I don't know if you noticed yet. They're all on my YouTube. I've been uploading more and more of them. I have 2 YouTube channels I've been uploading this music to. So if you want to hear more music, more of it, just go find it. It's out there. And I'll be uploading new stuff. But it's mostly songs I just conjured up, right? I just put it in. I was like, I like these lyrics. And I've taken a lot of old songs and uploading them and turning them into things. Trying to formulate new songs out of old songs. Some of these songs I've held on to for like 15 years or something. Like so a long time. A long time. And man, I've been holding on to them for like a long time. But now it's time to release them into the world and let them have a life of their own. I don't know. I'm tired of holding on to them in my computer. So I'm going to put them out there and let people listen to them because why not? And there's a couple other topics I want to talk about, like how some people like to plan things and then other people like to not have a plan. And both of these things are just human traits that we have, but they're not like conditions. Oh no, you're like something's wrong with you. No, it's just human traits. And I think a lot of them are formed because it's how we cope or deal with life, and there's like these things that happen where we come up with these processes to regulate our nervous system. It's what I've been reading about. So our bodies like freak out and go into fight or flight unless we come up with a thing. And so that thing usually is how you interact with the world, right? So we have like this baseline of what, like a trait, a characteristic, and for everybody it's different. And there's lots of them in there, and nobody's like 100% anything. But the 2 I've been focusing on is, the free spirit kind of vibe, and then the planner, the person who likes to plan. And it's not to say that these traits don't overlap, or like you feel one way one day and one way the other day. But there's certain, it helps them survive this thing, So like when you compare the 2, when you take somebody who is all about planning everything and it's got to go to according to plan, it's not about, from what I've read, it's not about power. It's not about being in control. It's about lessening your anxiety and your stress by planning something first. By just so in that way, it doesn't have to go according to plan. Exactly. You can be open to, improv, but that setting the plan eases the tension. You feel a little bit more relaxed. Whereas if it's the opposite, if it's somebody who likes that carefree, spontaneous, whatever happens, when it happens, I'm good at adapting kind of thing, they do it for the same reasons. They feel anxiety and stress from being scheduled and boxed in, trapped, So you want to have a container, but you want to have it open, have like an open container. I can freely go as I come and do and as I please. But like each one of these people can learn from each other. So maybe the person who plans too much and is too rigid will loosen up a little bit, And this happens with old age too. Like we kind of loosen those things so much they don't have a hold on us. But we form them early on to like deal with the world, basically. So I've been noticing this about people. Like you're either one, I don't know. It's so black and white to say this, but like you're either on this side or you're on that side. You're like a carefree spirit who doesn't want to attach themselves to things. So because then it's more like responsibility and it's like it's stressful. Then you get the person who's like success oriented maybe, and then like it's vague, like I said, but they want to plan something and they like to have a plan and like to know what they're doing during the day, or else they easily kind of they could fall into something they don't want to do. Slip into a habit or a trait or something that they're feeling more than, whatever. But there's little things we can practice. Like for someone who, just for 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day, for someone who likes that carefree kind of whatever goes, they need a little more structure. They need to like have follow through, right? So like it's good to practice, maybe just paint something really small or a little painting of something and then finish it, sign it, put it away. Like get to the end of something in a short amount of time and just practice follow through. And then as somebody who, I don't know how, maybe somebody who like plans too much or is too rigid in their way of action and feels like if they don't have that structure, they'll fall apart. Maybe take 15 minutes a day to not do anything, to just and observe and not, feel like you need to do anything. Maybe it's a creative practice. Maybe it's something you draw, you dance, you've let go of structure for a minute. Whatever that looks like to you, just practice a little bit of it. And I think it's beneficial to our whole, because it's all about like that balance. If you go too far in one direction or the other, it becomes like chaotic, and you need that balance again. You got to pull it back to center. So I think that like that balance and symmetry and recognizing what you're lacking and then kind of like try to incorporate that into your life can help, make you more compatible with others. When you're interacting with them in life, that you could be more understanding, like maybe be less quick to judge or say something that's going to like gaslight them or something like, oh, you're crazy, or you need to just chill out, like to the person who's like, carefree, you're crazy, to the person who's planning something, just chill out, it'll work itself out. Like those things they don't want to hear. They just want to they want to feel less stress. That's all it's about. It's like you're regulating your nervous system. So I've been thinking about that a lot, reading a bunch of psychology and philosophy about that. There's actually a lot of philosophy things. What do they call them? Like just ideas, I don't know, about this subject. And I think a lot of it has to do with our culture and how we view these two things. Like it's not popular to be lazy, right? And then being artistic and creative can look like laziness to someone who's not. And then to someone who's not, like in the other thing, that could look like, oh man, you're too busy. You got too much on your plate. You need to chill out. Like just chill. But that's not what they need. They need to be busy. They need something going on. My brother calls me the other day, or I called him and I was like, hey, if you need to just come over and chill, if you want to just chill, come on over and hang out. And he's like, I don't have time to chill. I got shit to do. He's like, I can't just chill. Like he needs something. He's got to have a project. He's got to have a thing. He's got to be, it's like if he falls into that chill time, then he's just going to get lazy, or he's going to not do the things he wants to do. So in order to feel good and regulate and, get along with this world and everyone around it, he needs to go into that drive, that thing that drives him, and then just knowing that everybody has a different way of doing it is helpful. Like just the initial knowing that we're all trying to get to the same place, but we just do it differently. It can be, I think, beneficial just in being a little more compassionate towards those people and not view them so judgingly, like a little more curiosity, less judgment, and just recognize that that's how they do it. That's how they work in this world. And it isn't always about selling someone something. God, man, everything is freaking capitalism. This society just rewards hard work. And and maybe that's the wrong word, but like it rewards your attention, like giving you all your attention to something. Like when I first started painting, people always ask me like, how long have you been doing this? Or how long have you been dedicated to it? Or did you go to school for it? And people kind of value how much time you spend in something, and then that's all changing right now because of AI and all that. Everyone's like instant genius. Something, I got a million ideas now. But it's changing, it's evolving. I think people put less value on that. And then this society rewards like quick turnover, quick things, quick ideas, and then proof by doing a bunch of stuff, like, and there's a fine line there, you get these people trying to manifest stuff by just sitting there doing nothing, trying to attract like a certain vibration. Then you got people like working hard and they're like barely getting rewarded for it. So there's like a whole spectrum of it, but it seems like the society rewards people who hustle more. It's like, you gotta hustle, you gotta do it every day, and you gotta do it in 24/7, no vacations, just to get ahead. And so it's not even about rewarding, it's just about sustaining. It's like, I'm just surviving by doing anything I can. Anybody else feel like this right now?
I'm just trying to survive in this world. I'd love to buy some art, but I can't afford it.
Yeah, that's happening, but I think it's also out there that people are genuinely finding a path that works for them. I think you deserve love, you deserve peace, you deserve all of it, right? Just gotta pay attention. The other thing I've been doing lately with all my time is spending it painting quietly and making music. If you check out my YouTube channel, there's a bunch of new music that I've been making. But also, I end up in this live stream every night over on TikTok, and it's also here on YouTube. You guys can find it, the Batcolyte. Batcolyte. I'll put a link down below here. You can just go right to the channel and follow it. He streams like 10 hours a night. The host's name is Batcolyte, but it's also hosted by someone named Thrail. But it's the same person. So you can find them on YouTube, Thrail, Batcolyte. They're on every night, and it basically what it is just, can you question your beliefs? So people will guest up in there and they'll be questioned on their beliefs. So it usually asks like, do you believe in a God or a higher power? And then goes from there. So whatever you believe in, or if you just want to tune in and listen to everybody's beliefs, oh my God, so many of them. Some nights it's all Christians and whatever, and then some nights it's a bunch of Muslims, and then some, like, it varies. A lot of nights it's like,
I believe in energy, sandwiches,
all kinds of fun stuff. But it's all the imagination to me. Everybody likes making up stuff because
we're all hungry.
That's it. That's what it comes down to. It all just comes down to, I'm hungry. We're just stoned apes trying to eat food. We got the munchies, so we came up with a bunch of stories.
Ooh, this is fun. Look at this thing. Look at this pretty picture I painted. It has a story. Want to hear about it?
Like, I think it's like people realized a long time ago that they're hungry, and so they can make up lies, and people will believe them. They'll con them out of some food. And I think that's like the oldest thing. I feel like that's the oldest thing. Like, that's where lying came from, or making shit up. Like, I think we might have evolved that way because we were hungry. And so we're like, look what I can make. You want it? Because I'm hungry and you got food. And I can't grow food. They didn't teach me. Like, maybe we're like wanderers and hunters and gatherers ran out of shit. And they're like, oh man, we ran out of food and we got to go somewhere where there's food. And then in those places where people already had food still, they were like, well, this is our food, and so you can't have it. And then we're like, but we're hungry. What do you? Do we have something? You need something? We're like, I make a thing real quick let's make a basket out of these bushes. And then you go, look, you can hold your fruit in it. We trade us for some fruit. Like, I think that's where it all came from, and it just got more and more elaborate. The stories got more detailed. There was more tools. Like, we just kept inventing things and making things so that I could eat. We could feed our faces, take care of our families. More things came into place, like rent, and like
pay for your existence.
I think this is maybe what had infected us into evolving.
Scarcity, survival,
right? We're all just trying to regulate. And so I think that's what's caused so much confusion, is because there's just like lies stacked on stories about lies, about beliefs, and about pictures and places and things. And we've gotten so far removed from like our original self, maybe like living in nature, like some wild creature, that we think there's something missing now. We're like, there's something missing, and it was just the origin story. That's it. Just like where we were just chilling, and then all of a sudden we got hungry, and so it made us think about it. I don't know. This is my theory. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But I believe that God is just the imagination, and we're just trying to use it to get somewhere. And society has squeezed us. We've created this thing that like built more tension to squeeze more art and creativity out of us. More TV shows, more books, more, this, that, knowledge, spirituality, this. And we create all these constructs to keep us, calm and like chill. Like, you ever wonder why people watch horror movies? I think about it a lot. And I don't think it's because they want to be scared. Like, maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's like they're just trying to digest food or something, trying to release those enzymes. It's some kind of chemical thing. But I think also it makes people feel more calm when they know it's over there. And then that's not what's really going on. And like their life feels calm now because it's chaotic on the screen. Like they need that, some kind of like opposite view, like the contrast to feel better about it. But maybe that's not true. Maybe it's like just they need something because there's nothing happening in their life. So like, I can put some TV on. But I think we are very much programmed in that way. Programming to just like want content. When was the last time you woke up and did not consume any content all day? Just left your phone off. I think we're possessed by content and our attention goes to where we are our weakest, right? Like how long can you focus on something? I focused on this video for 17 minutes so far. Just nonstop talking about the stuff that's been going on in my life. It's like I've been trying to focus on all these things that have been happening, and I just want to tell you about them. But so I'm trying to like scan my brain for it. I'm staying focused on talking about. But like, how long can you sit and stay still? Perhaps that's a tricky one. I don't think a lot of people can do that. And some people are designed for it, and some people they don't want to. If they did that, then they'd feel like they weren't getting anything done. They need reasons why to do it, right? A good reason to meditate or do breathing techniques would be so that you could regulate your nervous system and let go of beliefs that aren't serving you anymore, perhaps. Because, like a breathing technique is a good thing to believe in. There's not a whole lot there, All you have to do is do it, and it helps you. It's beneficial. Whereas if you don't do it, then it's not beneficial. It's like it's there, like a lot of things. It's there. It's a technique. It's a practice, and you could pick it up and do it, and it might serve you for a little while, or it might serve you for a long time, and it might help you regulate something. It's just like anything else. Like art helps you cope, or deal with things, or not go crazy. You're like, I gotta keep busy, And I think people just are searching for calm, peace, if anything. And everybody's peace is different, Like, I think of this thing that I heard recently about the Bible, and it's a quote that Jesus said, or supposedly, I don't know, something about treat others as you'd want to be treated. And then someone else said in that broadcast I was talking about, maybe it was Trail. He said something like, shouldn't it be treat others as they would want to be treated? And it kind of makes you think, like, everybody's on a different level. Everybody's like using their beliefs or their mode, whatever they're in, their style, their thing, is to regulate, to like feel good, to encourage them, or as fuel for the thing they're producing. Like maybe they need it for art. Maybe they need it to motivate them to dance. Maybe they need it to get in the mood to be creative with a microphone in hand. Like, like they need that buildup of energy. What is energy? It's like stuff. The ability to do artwork. So, maybe you need that, maybe you don't. Maybe it's something worth listening to, this broadcast. If you'd like me to talk about something else, I finally fixed my microphone. It sounds like clear. All I had to do was change the fucking cord. I used ChatGPT. I was like, hey, ChatGPT, I'm using all these things. How do I fix it? And it's like, oh, dude, your chord is like bad. Go change it. Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. So I changed all the chords going everywhere. And now it's clear and works perfectly. So I might record some songs or something. I don't know. We'll find out. But check out all my new music. I'm writing lyrics and I'm putting them in the machine and it's spitting out some cool shit. And there's all kinds of cool technology right now. You know, if you're out there using any of it, it makes ideas super fast. I've been writing songs so fast now that they kind of just come to me. If the more you get in it, the more you get ideas for songs. So I'll be listening to a broadcast or getting into a subject or watching something, and then it's, oh, I should make a song about that. That would be cool. And then the trick is to get it simple and vague and still get the meaning across. Like a lot of times, songs are just too complicated. I want to write like folksy storytelling songs that like say a lot. And sometimes those songs aren't always pleasant to hear. You're like, oh, it's too much. It's too wordy, right? But then if it's too simple and repetitive, you're like, oh, God. So it's somewhere in the medium, range. And there's certain words you don't really want to use, long words, this and that. A lot of music has the same vocabulary, the same like words, and everyone gets so hooked and used to those words. It's funny. Music is a very habitual thing, especially popular music. Yeah, you hear it and it's, you hear all the similarities, especially with using it like AI music. If you're ever trying to generate stuff, you notice that it's learning things that are commonly practiced. Like it puts together bass lines and guitar things, riffs and pianos that have been used a lot. So it starts to sound like other people's music because it's such a common thing that's used. I've been trying to put in like experimental ambient dubtronic, like I put together like weird combos to see what it spits out, and it's not that good. It's not good at mixing genres very well. I've gotten it to mix like country with reggae and dubstep, kind of okay, but it just sounds awkward. You're like, wait, no, especially when it goes from country to dubstep. But it works. Like you could blend country and reggae really well. It's weird how it works. Like you get a country voice to sing a reggae song, or you get a reggae singer to sing a country song, and it kind of blends because a lot of the rhythms are the same. And then, you get these like breaks in where it's like country for a little bit, and then it goes into a reggae jam, and then it goes back into country, and then it kind of at the end of the song, it's like confused on where to end. It's weird. It's a trip. Another good genre too to mix is psytrance and bluegrass, because bluegrass is in cut time, it's all like real fast, and psytrance is like so it blends well. Try it out. It's funny. It sounds very robotic. It's hard to make it sound more natural. With AI, the best stuff that comes out the best is slow acoustic, like bluesy or country stuff. Like for some reason it's really good at that. If it's fast, you can tell it's kind of robotic and like it's trained on the same shit, so it spits out a lot of the same sounds. Like when you make electronic music with AI, it tends to put this one sound in there. I don't know why it always does it, but it puts in like a kind of like bells or like an electric piano, real high pitched, but like vibes almost, just ding dong dong dong, and it always does like a weird scale. You got to really put in there what kind of scales or what kind of modes you want to be in the music. But AI is getting so good that you can like literally give it a formula for a song. It's good. If you know anything about music or have anything to go from, it works really well when you want to get something specific and you can describe it, and you could tell it what instruments you want. So I also tried some shit where like I combine instruments that don't normally get combined. Like I was percussion, African percussion, dobros and mandolins, and like, a melodica, and like I try to mix things to get bells and rattles and like make it sound like a drum circle or something. And it gets close. It tries, but they've trained it on everything on YouTube. So if it's not on YouTube, then they might not find it. They might not be trained on it. And that whole world is weird right now. Like musicians all got together. This recently happened and it wasn't on the news. Nobody talked about it. So a lot of these companies are suing these AI generation music things like Suno and a couple other ones. And they're suing them like the artists all got together or signed a petition and were like, you're stealing our shit, you know? But then they're all settling. They can't actually sue them. So they're settling to get, money, to be credited for those people they're impersonating. So they're like, we want a cut. If you're going to steal our likeness, then you might as well. So like, it's really easy on Suno. They might be changing it to like emulate somebody else's sound. All you have to do is go to ChatGPT and say, how do I sound just like this band? And then it'll give you like a full-on description. You tell it to take out all the specific names of the bands and everything. And then you put that into the prompt over on Suno, and it's like perfect. Like apparently all we are is like a list of descriptions of what we sound like. Like it's indie, like lo-fi, psychedelic indie rock. Like if you just describe it the right way, it'll sound just like a band, Ugh. Or another thing you can do, which I've done a couple times just to see, is you ask ChatGPT or whatever AI to describe a specific song. So I asked it to describe the live version of Dave Matthews' Two-Step from Red Rocks. And it broke down like the whole song in crazy detail. Then I asked it to give me a prompt, and I copy pasted that, put it in there, and the song sounded just like Dave Matthews. I was like, stupid, this is stupid. No, you shouldn't be able to do that. But is Dave Matthews now getting a cut? And that's the thing. That's wherever all this is going. Like people are selling their likeness to have commercials made of them. Snoop Dogg, Beyonce, a whole bunch of people have sold their likeness, like a 5-second clip to Facebook of their likeness for like millions of dollars. Snoop Dogg sold his face, a clip of it, for $5 million. Like it's ridiculous. Like Bruce Willis sold his likeness to a Russian company to make commercials out of. Like he's in a bunch of commercials over there, and it's not even him. Like I think that's where everyone's going. And have you noticed on TV commercials how many super famous people are just trying to sell you like drugs or like something, just like whatever thing, it's the next pharmaceutical thing. And you're like, why would they do a commercial like this? It's because they're selling their likeness and AI is already there. Like what we get access to is like the old models, like all the music now and all the commercials and video and some movies are definitely AI already. And they're not telling us. They're just like soft releasing it and getting us used to it so that, just like Spotify putting a ton of AI music on there, everybody's like, hey, this is normal. It sounds perfect. It sounds great. It sounds like real people, like it's just in the background. Like I can guarantee you that pretty much all the music you hear now in the backgrounds of commercials and TV and movies is all AI generated. Like it saves you a lot of money. You pay a $30 per subscription to this app, and then now you have the rights to use this in any work. And it sounds just like anybody out there. It's kind of crazy how it's getting to the point where like it's gonna force people to appreciate the live performance, appreciate actual talent, appreciate mistakes, appreciate imperfections more, which is kind of a good thing for artists. But just like before, the market is flooded. There's just like too much art, there's too much stuff, and now even more. So I think in a way, a lot of artists and musicians might lose steam because it's overwhelming. Like it's this weird overwhelming feeling of like, oh crap, I just worked 20 years to hone in my skill, and now this app just goes and spits it out perfectly. I don't have to play to a metronome. I don't have to, like, I can literally hold the microphone up and be like, do, 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 la, 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 la. Da 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 do da ba da, and then put that into the thing, and it makes a song. It's all, and it's following exactly what I put in. It's people don't need any kind of skill at all. Like you can think of an idea and go, let me think about that for a little while. Feed it into ChatGPT or whatever app, and then ask it to make a song out of it and make it rhyme and make it clever, and then maybe generate it a few times till it gets it to where you like it. Copy paste it, put it in there, go grab your style, and then you got like a song that's like a number one hit. And there's a couple things you could do with that. You can sit on it, you could upload it, you could do whatever, or you could use it to like learn. You could like teach yourself that song. You could take the lyrics and copy paste them and put them in, print them out, learn that song, get it down. Like you could use it as a training tool, in a way. You can come up with backing tracks to play along to. You could practice vocals to it. You can have your own like karaoke songs. Take the vocals out and just practice, So in a way, it's a really good practicing tool for people who want to perform live, and hopefully that never goes away. People performing live. Ugh. I sure hope not. The day we have to be scared is the day that the prompt box disappears. Like there's no Google input. There's no searching anything. It all just knows exactly what you want. And you no longer have to go anywhere or experience anything. It's just going to feed you data, right? And then you get the dopamine, you get the whatever. You're like, oh, I don't need to do anything. I don't really want to go out there anywhere. I just stay at home. This is great. Not that there's anything wrong with staying home. It's safe, right? Feel safe at home. Make some stuff, make some art. But I feel like maybe we're coming back to the beginning of the broadcast where I was talking about balance. Gotta have a balance. You gotta turn the thing off. Walk outside, do a thing, enjoy somebody's company, call your mother. Anyways, I'll stop rambling for now. Thanks for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you like this broadcast, if you like any of my music, if you like anything I do, you can contribute. PayPal, Venmo, same name, Michael V. Art. All right, till next time. I'll see you on the other side of the glass.